in the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.
This episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thundernerds was brought to you by our sponsors, Super 7, Bulk Dominoes. Use the code Masters of the Thundernerds at checkout. And our other sponsor, Madness Entertainment Group. All right, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, I'm Dustin. And we're trying not to do this again.
And I'm Zombie. This is Frickin Figures.
Indeed.
I think, right? We're back. It's a Monday.
Yeah.
And it's a Monday.
It is a Monday.
Fuck it, whatever, right?
Yeah.
How was your weekend, buddy?
Oh, fast? I don't know. See, my weekend has shifted because April works. Kumara works. So my weekend is really Thursday and Friday, and then a few other days just thrown in that I have to be responsible. I'm not really sure who decided that, but I try to be.
Adulting is hard.
It is. It is.
Hello, Pops.
And,
I get what you mean, because my schedule is, the only way I can describe my schedule is just pure chaos.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rhyme, no reason, and my weekends are not the weekends. Like today is my Friday. Suck it, you fuckers! All you people out there that's on Friday. Hey, I'm doing great. It's Friday. It ain't my Friday on a Friday. That's a Tuesday for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, Monday is my Friday, bitches.
Speaking of your schedule, we were talking beforehand, and just want to give everybody a warning. Like, we might have to switch things around again because schedule conflicts and stuff like that. So just be aware, pay attention to our socials, and that's where we're going to tell you where it is. If you're subscribed to our YouTube, if you hit the notification to ring the bell and all that stuff, you'll be notified anyway. So, but just,
yeah, it's all my fault because of my chaotic schedule. I apologize to anybody that's trying to follow us. I'm not making it easy, but it's not my fault. I promise you. It's beyond my control.
That's what everyone says. As soon as you get kids in your life, it's just impossible to predict how your schedule is going to go. Like, for instance, I was so amped up. Right, exactly. Notify people. You want me to work?
I don't know. You're not retired. Sit down.
Anyway, I think it was today is Tuesday, Monday.
Monday.
Okay, yes. So last
Still
night,
Monday.
yeah, Monday. So last night, as Pumaira got off work, I was so excited and built up this awesome agenda for our evening, our evening, and
Mistake number one. You made a plan.
right. I was like, oh man, yeah. So when Pumaira gets home, we can sit down and watch the season finale of Mobland. Super psyched about it. And maybe we can even sneak in an episode of Last of Us, because that was also on last night. And then, and I was like, yeah, and we can, cook them burgers and stuff like that. It'll be awesome, and kick back and relax and watch some good TV and all that. And wouldn't you know it, my kid starts to feel bad. And she's just like, yeah, I don't feel so good and all that. And it's just like every time I make a plan, I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm super psyched. I'm gonna do this and this when Pumaira gets off work, and we will have a grand old time. No, it never happens. Ever. Ever. It's frustrating.
I know the feeling.
But,
but you love them anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's rough when one of your kids isn't feeling good. You've got this like helpless feeling almost. Yeah. It's like you just try to do whatever you can to comfort them, and nobody can understand that until you have your own. So all you people out there is like, oh, quit your bitching. Yeah, if you ain't got kids, just shut up. Nobody cares what you think.
Pretty much.
But anyway, so let's get into what's in the box. Dustin, did you get anything, or did you open anything?
I forgot about opening something. No, I didn't open anything. I did get a book. It's a book that we got for our future nephew. I ordered it, and it's a special book to me, but I'm not going to show it on camera because I don't have it down here. But it's just, Little Fox Goes to the End of the World, and it was such a special book to me. And I remember looking at this book over and over again. As a little kid, I remember looking at it, and there's just beautiful, beautiful artwork in there. And I was just like, man, I want to get this for my kids. So I did. I ended up getting another copy for my eldest when she was born. And we read that book all the time. And she even had me read it, and I recorded it in case I couldn't read it. So I recorded it, but then we ended up like FaceTiming each other, and I would read it out loud to her over like Skype at the time is what popular was using. So what was popular being used. So I read it to her over Skype, and we did that every day. So needless to say, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they were requesting, instead of a card, instead of flowers, instead of this stuff, bring a book. Bring a book just to sign and turn in. It's more meaningful and all that stuff. So yeah, we did, and this is the book I chose. So
that's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do with a card after you open it and you read it? It's like, what am I going to do with this now? You stick it in a shoebox and it stays there.
Right. I have a shoebox full of cards as it is. But
right. I mean, that's I think that's what everybody does.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to throw it away and all that stuff. And I know some people do, but I know I'm glad that I didn't throw stuff away, because I mean, I still have, my grandma's handwriting and stuff like that. That just stuff is special to look back on and, reminisce and, miss them a little bit and all that. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But so I thought that was a good idea. And so that's what we ended up getting.
It's funny you should mention a book, because I got some books too.
Yeah.
Some unexpected treasures, as it were. So we went. So I don't know if everybody around the nation or even the world, if you're watching from somewhere else, I don't know if you guys have a store called Hey Woody. Well, I mean, hey, we're big softies. What can you say?
Yeah.
So there's a store called Five Below,
Mm-hmm.
and like the Dollar Tree, everything used to be $5 or below, but now they've got some stuff in there that's a little bit more.
Yeah.
There's $10 and stuff like that, but the majority of it is $5 and below.
Right.
You'll be hard pressed to find something for $1 in the Dollar Tree these days, but no. So we went to Five Below because there was a shirt my kids were looking for, a Stitch shirt or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they didn't have it, but something caught my eye.
Oh, yes, nice.
So and it's a hardback. It's hard. It's not a paperback. It's a hardback book. And so, it's about, I don't know, I'd say 5 by 3 inch.
Yeah.
Little book, and it's the real deal. It's the real book.
Yeah.
So I've never gotten to read it. I've always wanted to, and it was sitting there. So I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm buying this. And then I get up today, and the book is sitting out in my daughter's place where she sits. And I said, "Are you reading that?" And she said, "Oh yeah, I'm already on like page 90." I'm like, "Are you serious?" So she's 16, and she was asking me in the store, "What is the Art of War? What is that?" And it's hard to describe what it is. I know about it. In its essence, it teaches you how to overcome obstacles that may seem impossible. It kind of teaches you a different way of thinking strategically and stuff like that. So she kind of took that to heart, and she read it, and she came to me today, and from what she's already read out of it, she said, you were right, and that's made me think of different ways to handle certain situations, because she's at that age now where she's just, it's impossible not to be bombarded by negative things, especially in social media. And then that carries over to her age group that she hangs out with right now, because they're, call it brainwashed or whatever you want to call it. They're just saturated with all of these things in social media that maybe aren't so good. And then if you're not following along with those trends or whatever, then you're kind of an outcast and you're the problem and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully it gives her some ammunition to, be able to combat some of those things that people that are maybe not so well read, man, words are hard.
Real does make sense too.
Yeah. So I mean, okay. Not only did I find this, I could not leave the store without getting this.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
This is an awesome find. So it's our Constitution, and it's the real deal. It's the real thing. There's a couple of other documents in here. Let's see. It's President George Washington's first inaugural address. President George Washington's farewell address. So there's a lot of cool things in here, So I mean, and I'm really happy that I found this. Five Below, go pick you up some good books. I mean, they had a bunch of other stuff, but I had to pick and choose that day. Those were the two out of the hardbacks that I found. But then I also found a couple of other books. So I'm not a big survival nut.
Nice.
But there's things in here that are helpful, like especially where I live. I live in Hurricane Alley. We go through power outages, and we go, through periods of time where the water isn't safe to drink. I also found another one. So really, really cool stuff in here. Survival stuff. So, and some of these things I can actually say that I would probably put into practical use given a situation where we're in an extended period without power.
Yeah.
It happens. So I was really happy to find these, and it's not like, so if you've never gone a week 2 weeks without electricity, without some form of power and clean water and everything. If you've never been in that situation, you're kind of like, well, okay, well, we'll just leave and go somewhere else that does have those things. That's not always an easy situation to be in, and it's not always a good
feasible either.
Yeah, so it's not a good option because everybody else is thinking to do the same thing. But then, you've got things like gas shortages, so you maybe are stuck. You can't leave. So stuff like this is good to have as just kind of backup. You're not going to have the internet to fall back on to look stuff up.
Right.
So it's really cool. Normally, I'm not a big book guy, but I saw those and I couldn't leave them in the store. I had to have those.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I do have some toys. I did get some stuff in today. I finally got my in-stock sale order, I guess. I don't know, from Four Horsemen. So I didn't order a whole lot. Let's see. So I got 5 figures from them. And a lot of it was pretty much for custom purposes. And I couldn't help myself. I've already torn into them. So I'm going to kind of show you the aftermath. So this was supposed to be a Waltor the Mad, but he's already like missing half of his body here.
There's at first when it was coming through, the top part looked silver, and I'm like, what kind of silver knight is that? And I was thinking, and then it's the reflection of the packaging. Yeah.
No, that's the glare. That's my donut light.
No internet. Yeah, and
right.
No power. Won't be internet.
So no, that's the normal head that usually comes on the figure. But like I said, I've already torn that guy apart. Like the helmet I already took off of the head itself for my plans. So yeah. No, so that was the first one. And I've got plans for his other parts too. So but then
no part goes to waste.
Right. Hey, I do try to utilize every part that I can. When my speech gets slurred like that, my mouth is getting dry. Sorry.
Yeah, I hear you there.
I gotta wet the whistle.
I've been trying to bulk up on the.
So I was also fortunate enough. Let's see, was it last week or the week before? I talked about the Armory Experience Nights. This is another one. This is the brown leather Armory Knight. It is now sold out. I was fortunate enough to grab him. Also, one that I'm going to be using for parts because that's what you do with these.
Yep.
What did he say? If you were watching the whistle, I guess.
Yeah, he was several minutes behind.
I'm caught up.
Wedding.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening right now.
It's all good.
Let's see. Another one, the single boxed for Experiment.
Oh, that dude. Yeah.
Tusk Experiment A20.
Very cool.
So he was a cool one that, so this was part of one figure of a 2-pack that they released for last year's Legion's Con. Yeah. Day 2, I think it was. So this is the single boxed version of it. Of course, missing a couple of those pieces. Howdy, buddy. I did open him. It was his gloves. I needed his gloves, so I put the alternate forearm pieces on him. It was armor and stuck him back in the box and everything. But I do have another plan for him, and then the partner piece for that 2-pack set.
Oh yeah.
Shorthand speak.
No,
I did go ahead and get him. He did have some neat parts that I was thinking about using for something, so I couldn't resist. I had to pick him up. That is the Tusk Experiment CC24.
AKA Predator.
Yeah, sort of, kind of. Last but not least, I went ahead and grabbed
nice.
Warrior Beast Headhunter. Let me show you the back of the box there. Get the glare off.
Awesome.
So this was the Boy, I am blanking.
It was the ZoloCon
ZoloCon,
release.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, because I almost said PowerCon. I'm like, no, it's not PowerCon. It was, yeah. So this is the standard version. So he is missing that that green translucent head with the flame effect.
Yeah,
and
the cape, right?
No, he's
he has
got
a
the cape. Yeah, the
Okay.
cape's in there. It's right here.
Yeah.
That might have been the only show exclusive part to it. So I do have the show exclusive version, but again, I wanted to pick him up for custom purposes while they had him. And last I checked, I think he was still in stock, but there's super low numbers. Like they may have less than 20 of him left.
Nice.
No, but that's on a new body, so it's not that same old like.
Oh, so it's the one with the textured skin and all that.
Yeah. Basically, it is the same
Awesome
body
stuff.
as the legendary barbarian.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's just a really cool like.
Do you have the flame effect available in hand?
Give me just a moment. Is it visible in the other box? Not really. Not really. It's not. But it's they did reissue it, just not green. Let me see. Do I have it?
Well, I can pull it up.
Okay, I do. No. I've got it right here. So.
Oh, okay.
It's one of these. It's either this piece or that piece, and I forget which one they included. They're slightly different, but one of them fits over this head that's missing its lower jaw, and it's just like a translucent green. So, and this is more of like a standard release of those pieces. It's like a ghostly type of. I call it a flame effect, but it's really like, I don't know, like a spirit kind of. I don't know.
Yeah. A wisp type.
Yeah, it's like that's a good word. A wisp.
Yeah.
It's like a ghostly wisp type of effect that fits over that skull that doesn't have that jawbone on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no, that was it for my what's in the box. Kind of a mouthful there. I know. I was trying to power through it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't have anything that I really want to share. I mean, I messed around with my Santa Claus a little bit. He's stayed on my desk, and I've just fiddled with him in between like shows, or like we were watching a movie, and I started messing with him and stuff like that. It's just fun. He's a jolly Roger, jolly old time. But
so I am gonna, since I'm just kind of talking about Store Horsemen and all that, I'm gonna swap my tabs here. If you will, bring up the share screen. Yeah, there we go. So this is where
this can all be found at storehorseman.com.
Yeah. So if you go there, you can. So let me back up. I'm getting ahead of the game here. The home page, the landing page, whatever you call it, that's what you see when you first go to storehorseman.com. So you click on in stock, it brings you to what they have available right now. And usually if something's sold out, you'll see like this little thing here. It says sold out underneath it. Can't get those anymore. Ganesha is still up. So we talked about Ganesha there on a couple of episodes there. So I'm surprised that's still up. The first wave that they did of him actually went pretty quick.
Yeah.
So here's that Warrior Beast's Headhunter figure. Now this is, remember, just the standard version. He's not going to come with that ghostly type of effect thing. But he does come with two skulls, two heads. One with an articulated jaw that opens and closes, and the other just a static. He does not glow in the dark. I have seen people think, it's like a scare glow kind of tribute. I mean, you could probably make him that way. If you had other parts you could pull off of it and pop and swap and do all that.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible. But they do have other like if Masters of the Universe is your thing, they do have. This is another tribute character.
Yeah.
They kind of like a nod type of thing towards Stratos.
Yep.
And then they have another one here that is a nod to Web Store.
Yep.
So those are still available. Those are always fun little pickups.
Yeah, they are. I like every single one that I have of them.
I don't know that. Is there another one that's?
I think they announced Buzz Off one, but that I don't think is in stock.
No, it's not available yet.
And it's not released yet, I don't think.
It's not. So here's that first figure I showed that I'd already pulled in half. That is the Walter the Mad figure. That is a tribute figure to Walter Hagen, who's, if you're on Facebook, if you've ever heard of the Mythic Legions Cabal, we've mentioned it on our show several times. He is the admin. He created the Facebook group and is they gave him a title. I can't remember what it is. Like, I don't know. They gave him some kind of title. Sorry, Walter. I don't remember it. Like some spokesperson thing or something.
Yeah, it's a spokesperson type media.
Yeah. So this figure is a standard figure. So you're going to get it at this. It's a pretty standard price, $37. That is lower than retail from other places that you'll find these figures at. So if you want them cheaper, go to the Horseman and get them. But that's all the stuff that he comes with. And that's a ton of stuff. This technically should be a deluxe figure with all the things that he comes with. Soft goods, fur cape kind of cloak thing, and the Cabal banner and all that kind of stuff. But if swords and sorcery isn't your thing and you're more sci-fi, they did do a cosmic Walter the Mad. So you get your orange spacesuit with the skull head. If you don't like the skull head, he does come with an alternate full helmet. He's the 37.
I saw something that's available on the website, and it kind of makes me a little sick.
Uh-oh. Which one?
Let's see. It's Ilgar.
Oh, Ilgar.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where was he? So why does that make you sick? Why does Ilgar make you sick?
Because he wasn't available when I wanted him. And so I forked out $200 for him.
Holy
and now
crap.
I see that he's $37 there. And it's just like,
that does sting a little bit. And see, that's the thing. The Horsemen do a pretty good job of re-releasing some of these older figures. So, I mean, if you're patient enough, it may take a couple of years, but they do a good job of re-releasing some of these old things.
Yeah, and he didn't even come with everything. But
oh, man, that stings.
Yeah.
I wish you'd have talked to me beforehand. I would have advised against that.
Oh, yeah. So we have intelligent machines always put too many arms and fingers on. Yeah. And then off my lawn, yeah. And then maybe it's just me, but it's difficult for us chubby folks to identify with a skeleton character. Yeah, I feel that. I still think they look cool, though. I'm like, hey, that's what's underneath all this.
I mean, I dig all the figures and stuff. I'm not like some muscle-bound, barbarian guy either. I'm pretty like skin and bones. Closer to the skeleton, I guess.
Yeah. I am excited about Swig, though. Swig is on there, and I gotta back
Lady
up. Verona.
Yeah, Swig. That's the only goblin available right now.
Yeah.
Oops. Where'd he go? He disappeared.
And I love goblins. I wish I could find more goblins.
So this guy is a little shorter in stature. He's probably shorter than one of the dwarf figures for Mythic Legions, and it's on a slimmer body, as is the the Lady Averona that you had mentioned.
Yeah.
So she is actually on that more slim type of build. Also, another cool figure.
Yeah. I like the helmet. The whole
Yeah,
armor.
and that
Everything
faceplate,
sort of. Yeah.
the faceplate raises up. So,
Oh wow, I didn't realize that. That's cool.
yep. So there's a look at her face under there.
So is she one of the same type of that whatever chameleon type species? I don't know. The same thing that tribute to Jeremy is.
No, there's so like a changeling. So no, she's
Yeah.
not really. I mean, you could if that's what you want her to be, you could totally do that. They do have like a story to go along with some of these characters and stuff in their bios, but there was people making a connection between her and one of the bonus heads that's going to come in the Mythic Legions um, show figures this year, because one of them it's a male figure and it's got the red eyes with the dark circles around his eyes and stuff. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was the same. I thought that head was. I don't know. I thought it was somehow tied to Jeremy.
No, not quite. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. I mean, they've even got like coffee mugs.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you this right here: these two figures at the top.
Yeah.
Come on, Zoom, work with me. The Warrior Beast Headhunter and the Toy Lanta Alt 25.
Yeah.
ATL 25. They are very low numbers, both of those. So if you're watching this and you've been thinking about it,
I'd like me a roadblock, please. That would be pretty cool.
Right now would be a good time to jump on them, because once these two are gone, like these two aren't going to get re-released, because they were convention figures. Like they do the original release at the convention. They always have those with like extra bits and pieces. Like for the Headhunter, he came with that extra head with the ghostly green wispy thing, and then the Toy Lanta ATL 25. He came with a couple of extra accessories. I think one of them was like a big riot shield, and maybe another some type of rifle or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember. But yeah, so Stole Horseman, zoom.
Zoom.
They've got some good stuff. As far as I know, they said they were going to leave this up until
they're gone.
As it sells out, then they're going to remove them or whatever. So
yeah,
and they've always wanted to do that. They've always wanted to have something where it's like in hand, and it took me a while to get my order, only because in the middle of the sale that they had done, they ended up getting all of the all-ins for the All-Star 6, which I was not a part of. I unfortunately, regrettably, did not do an all-in. I wish I would have. Kind of kicking past Zombie in the ass for not just doing it. But I did order some figures from that. I just have to wait. I won't get them until probably July.
Yeah.
So they got the truck with the containers of the All-Star 6 all-ins. Yeah. So as they were unloading them, they were slapping shipping labels on them and loading them back onto another truck.
Yeah.
So it took them a few days to get through that and then to get back on this sale. But all that's over with now. They're all caught up. So if you order something, it won't be very long. And they do offer the $9.99 flat rate shipping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pausing while I say that because I don't want to screw that up. I know I don't want to say the wrong thing. So it doesn't matter if you order one figure or 20 figures, or you get one of everything. You could still utilize that $9.99 shipping. Of course, they have other options as well. I personally prefer to do it through FedEx. I want to keep my stuff out of the hands of the good old U.S. Postal Service as much as possible. So I just pay a few extra bucks to get it shipped directly from them to me by one carrier through FedEx. Those few extra dollars is just so much more worth my peace of mind.
Yeah.
And to watch my stuff make a world tour around the country before it gets to me, if it gets to me.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of watching a package do that right now. I don't know why it went to New Orleans and then it's gone somewhere else now instead of coming to me, but they shipped it somewhere else now, and now it's in purgatory. So kind of pissed again, U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I hear that. I mean, so the book we ordered, that book I was talking about, it was like in Ohio, bounced around, went to Indiana, went to Illinois, then Kentucky, and then it made its rounds around Ohio again, and before it finally got to us. It's like,
I don't know
what on earth is going on?
To me, that would seem like it would cost more money in the long run to the Postal Service itself.
Yeah.
Not to get it where it's supposed to go the first time.
Right.
Like you're gonna, well, that don't belong here. Send it to the next hub.
Right.
And then they have to spend time,
money, gas, time.
Where is this supposed to go? It's not us. It's got to go back. You know? So all this back and forth, it's just a waste of time and a waste of money, and waste of resources. I don't know what's going on with the Postal Service, but it is not like it used to be.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on that.
Oh boy.
But anyway, make sure I push the right button here. So I did notice your thumbnail for the show, so I had to grab the next picture and talk about this. So this is from Mondo, going straight into toy news, I guess. Mondo's 1/12 scale, and this is based off of the early 2000s design. A lot of people say 2000X, 200X, however you want to label it. This is interesting to me because he still has like that new symbol that the full horseman designed. It's supposed to look like an H, but it's also inspired by the old Iron Cross that we see on He-Man. So it's interesting to see another company making that figure with that symbol on it that has nothing to do with the horseman. But it's been ingrained into the culture of Masters of the Universe, that it's stuck. So this is their first offering, I think, from the 1/12 He-Man stuff, and it looks good. It looks really good. Reminds me of some of the Brutal Realm type of looking stuff.
Yeah,
but it's not.
That it does. It's not, but it definitely looks incredible. I think this just looks wow. I'm so excited. I did you happen to get any shots of like the sword or anything like that? I don't know if there were.
There probably are somewhere. I might have some old pictures because this isn't the first time I've shown this. This is just the first colored prototype image that we've been able to have and show. Of course, this got revealed. Don't ask me at what show. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know what show it was. It was over the weekend, though.
Yeah, and I just happened to see it. And I saw it in your story on Instagram first. And I said, oh, okay, I probably better find this picture. And I had no idea that that's what you chose for the show's thumbnail this episode.
Yeah, I think I just randomly did it. But yeah, I think the axe and the sword are two of my most favorite designs. It's because I guess originally the old school power sword that we know and love of seeing on He-Man, apparently something happened and it broke. That's the story. And then with Man-at-Arms, he went and somehow reforged the power sword into the one that transforms. That was supposed to be the setup for this He-Man. but instead they just presented it to him, and the rest is history. But I still like that idea, and they ended up using it a little bit in the new Revelations or Revolution or something.
Mhm.
Man at Arms and it's my favorite freaking character, and I can't.
Roboto.
No.
No.
Gwildor and Man at Arms reforged the Sword of Power, so where it and it's apparently this newfangled thing. And it didn't look like the sword here, but it still was cool that finally came about at some point in history and in the lore. But so I dig it.
This is very much the and I did find another picture. Let me hop over.
Yeah.
So this is very much inspired by the that early 2000s cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that the Horsemen came up with all of these redesigns for that sword, the characters, all of that stuff. They made what they wanted to make, and they showed it to Mattel, and they're like, "Oh, yep, let's go."
Right.
So, and it's funny because
I appreciate the Horsemen for that, because I it's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, I mean this all happened, like I said, it probably was more like 98, 99 that they did all of this like in secret. They didn't say anything to anybody.
Right.
And they wanted like to do this license, so they just made a whole bunch of sculpts and stuff on their own. And it's funny because I remember hearing the stories that they told is whenever they were presenting it, they all were dressed in suits and everything to be well presentable and all that kind of stuff. And when they got to Mattel headquarters to do the presentation, everybody else that worked there, even the higher ups, were just like casually dressed and, shorts and t-shirts and everything. And they were walking in with like briefcases and stuff. But yeah, no, like I even remember reading how they did testing with children with the prototypes for the toys, and reading the story about how the facial look and hair and all of that kind of stuff was chosen over what children at the time preferred, which was that more of like anime kind of hairstyle instead of, like the, I don't know what hairstyle that is that the old He-Man, some kind of weird bob looking thing. But that's the head that the kids really seem to enjoy. So that's the look that they ended up going with, which you can kind of see here. There's a nod to that design right there. But then also you've got next to it more of like a realistic kind of hair sculpt on it and everything right next to it. So, but they're giving you options. They're giving you different looks, whatever you prefer. And again, this is one of the pictures that we've already shown off on the show, probably months ago.
Yep.
Let me go back to the painted prototype here, and then it looks like they've added another head for like maybe like a King Conan kind of version, He-Man kind of version. Jesus Christ, it's Conan. You know what I mean? I don't know. Somebody that knows more about the story could probably tell. Oh, that's this character, that head, and it's
right.
Okay.
Right.
Calm.
One of these. I think it's either this gritting face, or it's the other one, the other gritting face, the other shorter hair. It looks like he has braces. I was like, wait a minute, what?
So that's probably because they haven't painted the teeth or anything.
Yeah.
Teeth are still like a flesh color. But yeah, I can kind of see that. Now that you mention it.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
He-Man's got braces?
What on earth? What on attorney is this?
Yeah. No, not quite. So I do have some news that I want to share from. I saw 5K Toys had made some new posts, and because of all the all the tariff talk and all that kind of stuff, they were kind of putting things on hold. Like, we're gonna wait, see what happens. Things are still being made. We're still working on stuff, but we're stuff is coming. They're telling people, we assure you, stuff is coming. A little bit of news that I want to start out with is I did get an answer from them on the sharks that I don't know has been in production for almost 2 years now. They got released in China, I think, sometime in May. So the U.S. release is coming. It's going to be soon. They should be on the water now to the U.S. warehouse. So hopefully, fingers crossed, because I know I ordered those. Just waiting for that email saying, "Hey, second payment's due," and I'm going to be like, "Shut up and take my money." Ship them. Take it. Do it. So they they announced a new prototype that they were working on. And I'll just, here you go. A new female figure here that they're that they're working on.
There's some cake.
So yeah, so there's that.
Yeah,
take it in, get it out of your system. No, so this is a prototype. It's a pretty tame kind of a prototype, I would say. It's not too flashy or anything. It's pretty basic, and in my eyes, that's a good thing, because that gives you an idea of what this thing looks like before they get it all dressed up with all kinds of armor or whatever accessories. So this is just kind of them showing off, what it can do, the posing.
That looks pretty cool.
I mean,
what's around her neck? Is that a tie?
Yeah, it's like a collar and a tie kind of situation going on. I wouldn't take to heart that this is what this is going to look like when it gets released. They may do like a blank that you could buy. That would be kind of neat. That would be something that I would go for, because then I could use that for some other kind of custom. So it is under the Fury Toys label. So this is along the lines of, like, I think the Veteran William, the werewolf, and some of those other characters that they've released through that. So that's going to be kind of that kind of scale, I believe. And you can see this, the size of it in this person's hand here. Just rough guesstimate. Everybody's hands are different sized. But just some of the other, like, here's a deep squat showing you, we can do that. And then here's more of like a character built on that body. And you'll have to forgive me, I don't know this character's name. I know it's from something like maybe World of Warcraft or something like that. It's some type of elf or something. I don't know. It's got the long pointy ears. It's elf to me.
Yeah. I dig it.
And then they're saying this is not, the final look of whatever this is going to be. Not, draft, not final. It's still very much a prototype.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I really dig that. And then also they shared some information. If you pre-ordered, let me get it centered here, the Sun Wukong, the Monkey King from 5K Toys. I can't speak for anybody else who may have ordered this from, if anybody's out there watching. If you ordered from 5K, I know I did, you're going to get this little kid monkey, whatever you want to call him. I don't. They're calling it little monkey soldier. That's awesome. They're just throwing in this additional little figure, and it didn't matter which version you pre-ordered. So if you pre-ordered both the standard version of Sun Wukong or the battle damaged, if you got both of them, you're getting 2 of these little guys.
Interesting.
And they shared a bunch of pictures of just the fun little poses that you can do with this little guy. He's fully articulated. He is not a statue. I do not know if his tail is going to be bendy. I don't know if it's like a hard plastic, or we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Kind of looks like a hard plastic, considering it's sort of balanced on the tail.
Yeah, maybe. But, then they've got other poses like this, which makes me think it might be a bendy tail situation. So, just really all around cool. I guess, because it's taken a while to get this made, they just wanted to throw in kind of like a, hey, we know you've been waiting, but, we're going to hook you up with something cool.
Yeah.
Kind of so, I'm definitely excited about that. And this is another one that I'm waiting for that second payment email. Again, I'm just going to be like, shut up and take my money, please. I'm waiting on the sharks. I'm waiting on Sun Wukong. I'm waiting on the Azure Lion. I'm waiting on the then Bebop, not Bebop.
Oh, okay.
Figure. I pre-ordered all of those. So I'm like, please
don't let it all come out at once.
like, please just come on.
Stagger the release dates too, because can't afford to drop all that at once.
I know. And I imagine that it might in the beginning on a few things. And like, I didn't pre-order a ton of stuff just because I know that can happen. Like that's one of the reasons why I don't go just like ape shit with Big Bad Toy Store. Like, I know they don't charge you up front for that, but it almost, to me, it feels like Big Bad might get stuff in and hold it until like a whole bunch of stuff comes in, and then they hit you. It's like, bam, give us access to your bank account now. It's like, no.
I wanted to pay rent, sir.
So I'm very careful with what I pre-order, and my hopes with all of this was it was going to be staggered, but now it's looking more like I'm going to be hit by the sharks for the shark figures, which I ordered. There's a set of 3.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered all 3 of those, and then, well, first of all, what I did was I ordered just the Great White. So I was like, okay, I like the others, but I'm going to be good, and I can live with just the Great White Shark.
Yeah. And
then we started talking about them more on the show, and I influenced myself to go back and get I don't make a good influencer. I'm sorry. I just talk to you about cool toys. And then sometimes something I pass on gets talked about, and it's like, oh, I'm going to go back and do it anyway. So I'm going to have an extra Great White. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, I did that. But what's wild is, okay, so they did the sharks. Was the sharks first, or was the Azure Lion first? I don't remember, because
I feel like the Azure Lion was first.
He might have came first, which they went back and revisited the sculpting on it to update it. And like, that was the last update that I remember getting for a long time. And it's really hard getting a response from these guys sometimes. You just really have to catch them. Like, they really seem to be active on Instagram. Yeah. So if you go to like their current post, whatever they're posting, so they're like coming back and checking for responses from people. And sometimes they'll say, hey, like somebody asked about the sharks. That's how I got the information about the sharks, is I read a response by 5K to someone else. I'm going, ooh, okay. We're getting close. We're getting close. They got made. They're out there. They're on the water. Yeah. They're on the way. And Sun Wukong will be following right behind him. I think. I think I read something about that where it won't be too much longer. But I love the main figure, but this little guy is just so much fun. Just looking how much fun they had just messing around with these photos for just him.
Yeah.
And just a lot of character there on this little fella.
I dig it.
Let's see. Is there one more? One more, yeah. One more little fun pose that they got out of him. But I mean, since I'm talking about him, let me shoot over to 5K Toys if I can type it. I still screwed it up. I don't know what I don't know what I typed. Okay, let me swap over here so I can kind of go to and show you for those that may not have seen some of our older episodes.
Right.
This is 5K Toys, and it is a very dangerous website. And I see a lot of stuff that they're running sales on right now. But I'm going to be good. I'm going to stick to my pre-orders. Every now and then they'll show something, and it's like, ooh, the new shiny. And I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, no, so that like they've got a whole bunch of stuff there on sale, but then they've also got like current pre-orders and stuff, and they've just got a ton of shit here. I mean, there's just so much stuff, and they've got like a official licensed stuff too, like this Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah.
And those are soft goods on that body.
Do they have a different logo one with a yellow logo?
So they did. It may have already sold out.
Okay.
So they did at one point.
I just saw someone had a one with the yellow logo on it.
Yeah.
And it was it looked super beefy and just insane, like bulked up, and I'm like, man, who did that? It's like I don't think it's Mezco I think it was shown off on the weekend previews and stuff. So I wasn't sure. I was like, I'll have to check that out.
So this is one that I did pre-order through them, and I do have it. It's in hand. So
nice.
5K is a legit company. They have really good prices, I'd say, on a lot of stuff. And of course, this is like a nod to like Master Splinter from the Ninja Turtles sort of thing, just reimagined and like a different type of look for him. Excuse me. So yeah, no, they're legit. Like I can vouch for them. Like I would say, okay, so that Superman that we saw, this is probably the body that's underneath it.
Yeah.
It's a very muscular type of, and this is like the type of blank that I was talking about here.
Yep.
The other figure that we showed off. Like I hope, I mean, if they don't do like an offering that female figure in a blank form, I'm fine with that. Like that's just something that I would like to tinker around with. Just you get those kind of toys in hand where it's like, oh, that's just fun to just mess around with and pose.
Yep.
And but typically what they do is they'll offer stuff up for pre-order. There is a deposit required, non-refundable, of course. And then what they do is when it gets shipped to them, if you're in the U.S., there's the U.S. warehouse that the stuff goes to. Once they hit the warehouse and they catalog it, then they send you out an email for the second payment, and that's when the rest of it, which includes shipping, the rest of the cost of the figure, and unfortunately maybe a tariff surcharge at this time, which that's kind of par for the course for anybody right now that's doing this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad. It's not as bad as some people are really kind of making it out to be, I think. I mean, it's just toys, folks. You know, there's so much other stuff going on that people should really be more upset about. It's just toys, really. Oh, here's that super cool tiger that we've shown off a few times.
Yeah.
So he's still up for pre-order, it looks like. This is pre-order with deposit. Yeah.
Wow.
So it says fourth quarter 2025. Let me kind of just show the main image here. That's a really good looking figure.
Mm-hmm.
If you're into like Animal Warriors and fantasy, which that's kind of I'm trying to find the sharks here is what I'm doing. So and it's not working. Okay, they took them down off the main site. So where is okay? Here's search. I'm just gonna type in sharks. Yep, here it is. These are the fellas that I was talking about. So this is what I'm biting at the bit to get. I don't know, man. Some people they did try to re-release Street Sharks last year or whatever, but these just scream like updated type of Street Sharks to me. That's what I'm going with. That's what I put my money on, and that's what I'm going with. So these guys are really cool. I mean, they're kind of like, you know, gangster mobster sharks.
Yeah.
I couldn't help myself. I love these things.
Yeah. I mean, the tracksuit is on the hammerhead dude is insane. It's hilarious.
Yeah. So let me find. His belt buckle says something funny. What is or no? It's not. Is it the belt buckle or is it just the? It's his belly tattoo. You will eventually become my food. I mean, that's crazy. But what does his belt buckle says something too, and I can't remember. King of something. I can't. It's not the best shot, but let's see. No,
King of the Cage, maybe.
Where is he? Like, I'm trying to get. That's like the best shot they have on the site of him wearing that belt. Because that's the other one, right? Yeah, that's the other one. I don't know. Is it on the group shot? No. I don't know. But his belt says something funny too, like his little belly tattoo does. But anyway, these guys just look super cool, and I can't wait to get these in hand.
Those sticks of dynamite on his vest.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's like a bonus if you pre-ordered the whole thing, and there's like some Molotov cocktails in there. There's like a human arm that's been chewed off. It's just it's hilarious, and I love them. Oh wait, here's the belt. Can I see it? Can I get it bigger? Let's see. Yes, King of. Looks like it says King of Violence, but I don't know. It's spelled funny. But yeah, no, he's even got like brass knuckles, that hammerhead. And then, you know, like the tiger shark here, like you were pointing out, he's got like sticks of dynamite. That's crazy, and I love it. Oh. But they also they released another figure that kind of fits with this set, I think. Let me see if I can find it. It's like an anglerfish.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that. Wasn't that in one of their shots that we saw in the background? You're like, oh, is that an anglerfish?
No, that's not. Okay. So I don't know that I'm going to be able to find it while we're live, but I don't remember the name of it. But what I'm getting at with that is, I think there was also a Street Sharks villain that was an anglerfish. So that's what I'm like. I'm seeing a connection here that somebody is making. There it is. Okay. So I did not pre-order this guy, but they did. So they released a couple of different versions of this, and one of them was like a con exclusive, LA Comic Con. There it is, right there in the top. It says glow in the dark. I don't know if the whole thing glows or if it just had like his little light on his angler.
Yeah.
Glowed in the dark or something. But I kind of sort of want this too.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, so if they make more in this set and it's like more nods to that Street Sharks kind of thing, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna go do it. Like, I'm not even the biggest Street Sharks fan. It's just I love the way these things look. They're crazy, and I love them. I can't explain it.
I want to put them up against Baron Benz. Fight him with Baron Benz. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, this one would be great to do that with.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they've got a couple of different versions of it. So that's like I think the standard version, and then there was like this translucent purple.
Mm-mm.
So this one, I think this one's in stock. Wow. Yeah, that's full price. This is full price, U.S. stock, shipping 1 to 2 business days.
Wow.
So I forgot about that one. I mean, I would probably want like the standard looking version, the full paint. This one's cool if you like that sort of thing. But, excuse me. But yeah, no, that's. And I did want to point out. I'm going to backtrack a little bit here. I'm going to jump from 5K. We're still talking about 5K though. So if you look in the background here, you can see Sun Wukong. He's in the back.
He's eyeing his mate.
That's why I'm like, okay, he's got to be soon. He's got to be close because he's like in the background here.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, no. These guys, I can't wait to get them in hand for a what's in the box.
Yeah.
And you see here at the bottom it says ETA third quarter 2024. Yeah, that didn't happen.
Right.
I don't know what happened, but it wasn't that.
Mm-hmm.
And then here is that Azure Lion that I was talking about.
So cool.
Yeah. Like, so this is also a character from Journey to the West. So it's not just Sun Wukong. And there's 2 other characters that I was hoping that they would have shown off by now, but they haven't. Not from this company anyway. So there's another character he's kind of described as like a fish and a bird. And then there's an elephant, like this giant elephant character. And so they're like the three demon guardian kings of some mountain or something. I think it's hard to describe really because I haven't read the whole thing, but they announced this before the Monkey King.
Yeah,
and I was like, ooh. So I already had the Monkey King from the Horseman. I was like, oh, I want that. I got to get that. So, yeah, all good things coming from 5K. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do they have a quick link here down for? Yes, they do. Here he is. And then there's, of course, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. I think that's the battle damaged version because he has a darker color. But he comes with these different face plates for his head and everything. Let's see, is that where's this? And this is the standard version. I love that just big shit eating grin he's got right there. I think these come with like a light up feature for his eyes too. Like I think the eyes light up.
Oh, really?
But, yeah. So, but they also had. There was a like a bonus set that you could get that had a couple of different facial expressions, and I'm not seeing it. Wait, is that it? Yeah, that's it. So you get a few more fun little facial expressions. I love the one right here in the middle at the top. Just looks like he's like he made a mistake and he knows it, and he's just like, "Oops!"
Right.
That's all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see these. They must have added these pictures in later. There he is facing off against the Azure Lion. Love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can tell what I'm excited about. So see, I'm not just a Four Horsemen fanatic. I like other stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that's probably enough of me fanboying, geeking out over something that I don't have yet. Come on, 5K.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I need them. One more thing before. So last week I did show off this guy. I was popping and swapping, and I put him together. So
yeah.
I couldn't get the feet to plug in because the pegs weren't the correct size, and I forgot that I'd had. This is the hands and feet set that came with the Necronominus wave.
Yeah.
And it had the correct sized pegged feet already in the package. So I'm like, perfect. Go. I'll just do that, you know. So, so here he is. I couldn't finish him last week, but here's the dwarf skeleton that I was putting together.
I dig it.
So I put him up. Okay, that's enough out of me. What about you, Dustin? You got anything that's coming up? Anything that you want to talk about before we head out?
Well, let's see. So we have, I think, a few more days left on John Dexter's Dime Store Detective. You can find it there at the link. And then where's the other thing? Well, can't find that. But I will say tomorrow, Addie and I will be out here. Well, let me get rid of this. Okay, Addie and I will be out here talking, hanging out. Getting into some drawing stuff. She's talking about possibly drawing something Magic the Gathering related, so that would be cool. We'll see. What was that?
I said, "Ooh, something magical."
Yeah, and then and then Friday, we'll be talking about Princess Bride and Silence of the Lambs. Two polar opposite films, but both things that Derry and I would put up and say this is a 5-star movie for me. So
I was not expecting Silence of the Lambs from him, to be honest with you, because I tuned in last Friday and I was watching that, and I gave my 2 cents on what I would have picked. But when he said that, I was like, whoa, I didn't expect that.
Yeah. Well, we were talking before, and I'm just like, okay, so I read him a few of my top favorite movies that I thought were 5-star worthy, and he laughed and was just like, okay, well, I have an idea. He wanted to do 2 polar opposite movies, Princess Bride and Silence of the Lambs. He's like, he thought that would be funny, and I agree, it was funny to put that forward, but they're both things that we feel are 5 stars. So
I remember also, I don't know if you know this or not, you're not on screen. So not that I mind, I just no, I remember back when Kurt was still on ADHD Theater with us, you had picked Princess Bride because he had never seen it. And like that was kind of your attempt to get him to watch it. That was before we had joined the Madness Network, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I was surprised by that pick from you because I was thinking we already did that movie. And then I got thinking, I'm going, well, I mean, it's okay because it's new to the Madness. We've never done it under their banner, so it's all good.
Yeah, I don't know. Was Kurt around for that? Because I thought that was you that had never seen it.
No. I've seen that movie several times, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Yeah. So doesn't mean that I probably won't watch it again.
Yeah. I just watched it on yesterday with Pops and whatnot because he loves that movie too. But he didn't have Disney Plus, so I helped him out with that and aired it for him. And so yeah, we got to hang out and laugh about Princess Bride. Good times. And then let's see, tomorrow? No, it's Monday. So Thursday, I'll be out here with Pops, and we'll be showing the other movie, The Silence of the Lambs. So on Thursday at 7. So if you want to watch and hang out with us, it's on Pilled. It'll be on Pilled. So come hang out, and then be sure to hear our thoughts on Fridays. So Friday, the next day. And that's all I have going on. Oh, we got a comment. Where to go? Yes, it puts the lotion on the skin, or it gets the hose again.
There you go. I was waiting.
Oh, anyway.
Crazy ass movie.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely is. But anyway, we're figuring it out. We're waiting on you.
I'm trying. You know, my crazy ass schedule.
I know. Just giving you a little bit of hard time. But I mean, to be fair, I mean, Humaira wasn't even there last week. The girls guilt tripped her and made her not go. So it was just me and Derry last week. So
well, I was there in the comments section heckling.
Yeah, but you know, I figured it was only in passing.
Yeah, I couldn't stick around for the whole thing, but still, I was there in spirit.
Yep.
Throwing popcorn from the cheap seats.
Yeah. Well, anyway, speaking of children, I have to go put mine to bed. So join us tomorrow. And Thundernerds ho.
Beyond the world we know is a place where reality bends and time stands still. A place where legends, fairy tales, and nightmares are real. A world where legends are born and destinies collide. Alice has spent her life lost in an interdimensional rift known as Wonderland, and it forged her into a deadly bounty hunter. With her ancient clockwork guardian Big Ten by her side, they hunt the things that stalk the shadows of Wonderland. Alice Lost in Wonderland issues 1 and 2 launch May 6 on Kickstarter. Follow along at GoMrFish.com.